Hey guys, today we have a trio of power banks from Cuktech. They've sent over the 10,000, 20,000 and 25,000 milliamp hour models. I've had them for a few weeks now and even took one of them on my recent trip to Bali, and I gotta say, these power banks might be my new favorites. If you haven't heard about the name Cuktech before, don't worry, because they've been in the power bank and charger business since 2016 and work closely with reputable brands such as Xiaomi. Their products are generally 60 to 70% cheaper compared to bigger brands whilst maintaining the same quality. Now with that quick introduction out of the way, let's quickly go through all three power banks. This is the Cuktech 10, a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. It has one Type-C port and one Type-A port. The USB-C port supports ultra-fast charging at up to 100 watts and the USB-A port can charge up to 33 watts. If you're using a Xiaomi flagship smartphone, you're in luck because you can unlock 120 watts charging from the USB-C port. Another thing about charging is that the power bank supports low current mode for smaller devices. Simply press the button twice to activate it for your devices such as Bluetooth earphones and smartwatches. Now, despite all these amazing features in this tiny power bank that is smaller than my iPhone 14 Pro, Cuktech has also managed to include a mini display that shows the charging and discharging status. Speaking of charging, the power bank supports up to 90 watts PD fast charging, allowing you to hit 55% in just 15 minutes. Moving on is the Cuktech 15. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. It's got two USB-C ports and one USB-A port. The power bank can do a maximum of 120 watts out of the C1 port and 150 watts across all three ports. And just like the previous Cuktech 10, this power bank also supports low current mode so that you can safely charge your smaller devices. For a size reference, here's the Cuktech 15 next to a can of Coca-Cola. In terms of charging, the Cuktech 15 also supports up to 90 watts PD fast charging, which will get you to 50% in just 30 minutes. Before we get to the next device, you might have realized that the display on the Cuktech 15 is very small. In fact, the design, despite being very compact and minimalistic, is very different from their other power banks, like the next one that we're checking out, the Cuktech 20. This is a 25,000 milliamp hour power bank, my favorite out of all three products. I like to think of this as the bigger version of the Cuktech 10, but with an added translucent design that just shows how beautiful the electronics are on the inside. It features two USB-C ports and one USB-A port. The main Type-C port can output an impressive 140 watts, and with all three outputs active, the Cuktech 20 can output 210 watts. Mind-blowing numbers for a power bank that's not much bigger compared to the Cuktech 15. And just like the Cuktech 10, you have low current mode and 120 watt charging support for Xiaomi flagship smartphones. But what truly sets the Cuktech 20 apart, other than its massive capacity, is the 1.54-inch display that shows the charging data, battery level, and a few other vital information. And lastly, despite its large capacity, thanks to the 110 watt charging support, you can get the Cuktech 20 to 40% in just 19 minutes. Oh, and before I forget, all three power banks come with an 18-month worry-free warranty. Like I said at the start of this video, I've had these power banks for a few weeks now, and I even took the Cuktech 20 with me to Bali. As someone who carries a ton of electronics around with me wherever I go, a high-quality power bank is essential. With the Cuktech 20, I can confidently charge my devices throughout the day. And I'm not just referring to my smartphone, I usually have multiple cameras with me, a laptop, and even a tablet. Besides the large capacity, I also love the slim design that fits perfectly in my water bottle pocket. This is very handy when I need to charge my devices while moving around. And let's not forget, the display provides genuinely useful information such as the remaining capacity and real-time info on how I'm charging my devices. I don't know about you, but I really like looking at the data. For the other two power banks, the Cuktech 10 and Cuktech 15, I keep them in my everyday bags. They are small but can push out at least 100 watts via the USB-C port, which is essential for a MacBook user like me. And for those wondering, here's a rough estimate of how many times you can charge your smartphone or laptop with each of the Cuktech power banks. You can say goodbye to charging anxiety. Alright, I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. At the end of the day, these are power banks that will charge your devices. What sets the Cuktech apart from other brands is how compact these power banks are without sacrificing on the high output capabilities. On top of that, their pricing is very competitive and makes it an attractive choice when compared to other brands. If you're interested in getting any of these power banks, check out the link below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!